Now, contrary to what many of you may think you know, this is actually not the first Yuri anime that I've watched and reviewed. That honor goes to Venus vs. Virus, which was...
What are you doing later? Do you want to go get some tea with us? We just found it's not a very powerful shop, but it's a virus right away. Maybe next time.
Sorry about that. Went down a dark road I thought I would never have to return to. Let's just hope that Sakura Trick is nothing like that piece of shit. Hey, you guys want to know something pretty damn awesome? No? Well, screw you then. I didn't want to share with you ungrateful bastards anyway. See ya. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you guys. I love you guys so much. But on the real though, I teamed up with the guys at Digino Anime to do a collaborative video where I talked awesome, interesting facts on School Rumble. That's right, my favorite anime of all time. I reached out to them a couple months back saying, hey, if you guys are ever in the need to do like a School Rumble Digino Anime video, I'm your guy. And they actually responded back saying, hey, we would like for you to do that. And I'm like, oh my god, they reached out to me. So the video is finally up. I would love for you guys to go see it. It was really fun to do and it turned out excellent. I really liked how it turned out. Thank you to the guys at Digino Anime for giving me the honor to talk about my favorite anime on their channel. Please go check it out. Let them know the Black Critic Guy sent you. And now, on to the review! Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the Yuri anime, Sakura Trick. So Sakura Trick tells the romance story between Haruka Takayama and Yu Sonoda, as well as their daily interactions with their high school friends. Yup, that's pretty much the gist of the anime. Now this was the most requested Yuri anime for me to watch and review for LGBT month. And I personally have heard of Sakura Trick before and I've seen a few clips of the series myself, and from what I saw, it looked fun, it looked innocent enough, it looked like something that I could get into. And so I finally saw the series in its entirety and I will share my thoughts about it right now. First, as always, the animation done by Studio Dean, who also did the animation for 2 upcoming anime reviews for LGBT month, wink wink, but also was responsible for the animation for was really solid in this anime. From the character designs to the backgrounds, they were all colorful, vibrant, lively, welcoming, warm, gentle, the kind of animation you would expect from an anime like this. The anime has a really good sense of humor, very playful in nature the more that I think about it. I found myself laughing from time to time, whether it be from the interactions among the characters, to the visual gags, to the many comedic misunderstandings. But the funniest thing about this series is whenever you would see Haruka's imaginations run wild, whenever she would think of a scenario or think of the outcome of a situation, those always had me smiling and laughing my ass off. And that goes for the characters too. For the most part, they were likable, entertaining, and a whole lot of fun to watch, especially all the supporting ones. But before we talk about them, let's touch upon the main couple of the anime, Haruka and Yu. I enjoyed their relationship up to a certain point. It's a decent one, definitely cute and adorable, I'll give them that. And unlike the couple from Love Stage, one, they actually established that these two had feelings for each other. It's not like all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, I'm gay for her, I'm falling in love with her. No, they already had an established relationship before the anime started, and they already had some hints that they were going to become a couple and that they had feelings for each other. Two, the relationship wasn't of a sexual nature. That wasn't what the main focus of the relationship was. It was very emotional, like they felt a connection between each other. That's why they were bonding, not because they wanted to get into each other's pants. Although, you could say that the Yuri equivalent of this is them making out all the time, because they don't really get physical. Their relationship is kind of innocent if you think about it. All they do is really kiss throughout the entire anime. They don't do any other physical activity besides that, but again, it's not mainly of a sexual nature. And finally, and the most important thing, I felt a connection between them. I felt a bond. I actually felt like they were a real couple and that they worked very well together. But in my humble opinion, the supporting characters are what made this anime so good. They are the best thing about Sakura Trick because they're the most interesting, the most entertaining, and the funniest things about this show. Anytime you would see any of the supporting characters, I would always smile because I know I was gonna get something good from them. There's just a bunch of great and memorable supporting characters in this anime. Like, you got the other lesbian couple in this anime of Shizuku and Kotane. Their relationship was so dynamic that I honestly wish that they were the main relationship that we followed in this anime. As much as I thought that Haruka and Yu's relationship is cute, it pales in comparison to this relationship. It was far more interesting, far more dynamic, and had a stronger bond and relationship. In fact, if they just explored it more, I think this anime would have been even better. You also got the platonic friends of Yuzu and Kaide. Their relationship was really cute, really fun. They're kind of like the people that observe everybody else and they commentate on things, although Yuzu is very oblivious to the various relationships around her, which I thought was really funny. And again, I like their relationship. It's playful, it's fun, and they have a good bond, a good relationship. But without question, the best supporting character, who also turns out to be my favorite character in the entire anime, is Yu's sister, Mitsuki. Every time this character came on screen, I had a big ass smile on my face because I knew I was in for something hilarious, something awesome. Because her interactions with her sister, her interactions with other characters were just priceless. Pure comedic gold. And I liked her relationship that she had with her sister and kind of like these conflicted emotions that she has for Haruka. In fact, this anime has a pretty interesting love triangle that takes a very fascinating direction by the end of it, and I like that Mitsuki is somewhat similar to Yu. In fact, the anime makes it a very vocal point that these two share a lot of things in common, so it would make sense that they also would share a love interest in common. And to be honest, I thought she should have been with Haruka because their relationship just seemed more interesting, more dynamic. I would have loved to see what direction they would take that relationship had they approached it. But unfortunately, guys, I do have a couple issues with Sakura Trick. My biggest issue with this anime is although Haruka and Yu have a really nice and sweet relationship, there's not much else to it. There's not a lot of depth, there's not a lot of layers, there's not a lot of growth, and there's not a lot of intrigue to keep the audience invested and enthralled by this relationship. It suffers from the Ore Monogatari syndrome, but instead of them being two lovey-dovey characters, they're two nice, sweet, and gentle characters whose relationship becomes very stagnant and plateaus after a certain episode, and it just becomes really monotonous. There is absolutely no growth in this relationship. The way it is at the beginning of the anime is exactly the way it is by the end of it. And it doesn't matter how many times you make them kiss, that doesn't mean that they're growing a stronger relationship, a stronger bond. You can pretty much surmise the entire relationship like this.
Yu-chan, Haruka.
That's it! That is the full extent of their relationship. And that is such a bore! And if I'm to be completely honest here, which I always am in my reviews, I don't think they should have shown them kissing as soon as they did and as prevalently as they did. The whole purpose of having a kiss scene in an anime is to give us the satisfaction that these two characters are now finally a couple. You're supposed to build up to that. You know, I know we always complain about how we wait for our favorite characters to finally hook up and kiss, and we have to wait till like the very end of the series, but there's a reason for that build-up. There's a build-up there because when we finally get the payoff, it's going to be so gratifying to see them share this really intimate and very tender moment. when you just shove it in our face constantly, it kind of waters down that whole special intimate moment. It's no longer special because you're just constantly throwing it at our face. There's a reason why Okabe and Krisu's kiss in Steins Gate was so special. There's a reason why Kota and Lucy's kiss at the very end of Elfen Lied was so special. Because they build up to it, and when they finally displayed it to us, we felt the passion, we felt the emotion, we felt the intimacy. In fact, now that I think about this, when it comes down to it, Haruka and Yu are the least most interesting characters in this anime, both as individuals and as a couple. Yet, they are the centerpiece of the anime. They get the most attention, they get the most focus. And that's so bizarre to me, as all of the other side characters could easily take center stage and be way more compelling, way more interesting, and way more entertaining than Haruka and Yu. Hell, I would have loved it if Shizuku and Kotane could have been the main characters, as their relationship is far more dynamic, far more complex, and has way more layers to it than Haruka and Yu. And coincidentally, not really, this ties into my next issue that I have with this anime. Many of the supporting characters that are introduced in this anime don't get a lot of screen time, don't get a lot of focus, and worst of all, don't get that much development. I already talked about the lesbian couple not getting a lot of focus and attention in their relationship, although very interesting, doesn't get a lot of development given to them. And also, there were a lot of interesting drama that was happening with that relationship that gets pushed to the sideline or completely forgotten. Like, there's this one episode where it's revealed that Kotane is actually in an arranged marriage. Like, they brought it up as a legitimate fact, and then we never hear about it again in the entire anime. Like, they just swept it on the rug. It's like, not a big deal. Who gives a flying fuck? It's not a problem. We fixed it. The platonic friends Kaide and Yuzu, they barely get any real screen time in this anime. Yeah, they show up and they have some quips here and there, but there's never a really centric episode following them. They're more or less just latching on to the other characters, giving quips and all that stuff. And I understand, you know, they're kind of comedic characters, they're the comic relief, they're not supposed to take center stage, but I've seen many animes where the comic relief character does get their very own episode, and it gives us a lot of insight on those characters. The same thing could have happened here in Sakura Trick, where we could learn more about these side characters. In fact, I would have loved to learn more about them. They were interesting. And my final issue, which also ties into all the other issues, is that this anime is very mundane and lacking any real intrigue, any real weight. The drama is not all that interesting to really get you engaged in following the anime. It's like a really, really dull slice of life anime, and as the series goes on, it just continues to lose your interest. So overall, Sakura Trick is a mixed bag of an anime, if ever there was one. Yeah, sure, there are moments in the anime that I thoroughly enjoyed and laughed at, and I did like the supporting characters whenever they got screen time and got some development given to them. But the anime as a whole is bogged down by a pretty lackluster romance story with two lackluster main characters and not enough development or screen time for the supporting characters, who were far more interesting than the main characters that we were following. But as a whole, the anime is innocent enough, it's harmless, it doesn't really do much of anything to really make you hate it. So I'm gonna give this anime a 3 out of 5 stars. It's okay. I mean, it could have been far worse, guys, but there are things to enjoy about the anime. I can't say I recommend it, but it is pretty decent. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you love it to death? Do you think it's one of the best Yuri animes ever made? Or just really lackluster, boring, couldn't get into it, just get it off the screen, I don't want to see it anymore? And let me know who is your favorite Yuri couple in an anime. Comment below. Let me know, and stay tuned, got some movie reviews coming your way. I hope to see all 3 of the new releases, The Conjuring 2, Now You See Me 2, and Warcraft. But as you're watching this video right now, I'm either heading to San Francisco or I'm already there, so depending on what my family's planning on doing, we'll see how it all goes. And of course, I got more LGBT month reviews coming your way, movies and anime, so stay tuned for that. And also, don't forget to check out that special video I did with Did You Know Anime. If you haven't checked it out, there'll be a link in the description. Please go watch it. It was a lot of fun to do, and I'm very grateful to Did You Know Anime for letting me do that. It was freaking awesome. So, until the next video, guys, if you'd like to see more videos on this channel and be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm talking about the second, the romance lover known as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.